Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Record Collection. All right, so the other night, I caught the end of Blazing Saddles. Oh, what a classic. Mel Brooks is so funny. It was in 1974, you had Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein all in the same year. Genius, pure genius. And the other part of Mel Brooks that I loved about that movie, Young Frankenstein, and there were a few more, he put out a record. He put out a soundtrack album for several of the movies that he made, including the main one he focused on was, that's right, High Anxiety. Oh my God, this is probably the funniest of all time. It is hilarious. This has, let's see, we're going to look here. The movies are all on the back. You got Silent Movie, Young Frankenstein, The Producers, The 12 Chairs, and of course Blazing Saddles. Oh my God, this was great. Now, High Anxiety came out in 1977, and now you remember on Saturday Night Live you had Bill Murray was the lounge singer. Well, I kind of think that Mel Brooks did it a little better. Here's High Anxiety.
High anxiety, whenever you're near. High anxiety, it's you that I fear. My heart's afraid to fly, it's crashed before. But then you take my hand, my heart starts to soar. Once more, high anxiety, it's always the same. Anxiety, it's you that I blame. It's very clear to me, I've got to give in. High anxiety, you win.
And just like a lounge singer, here he goes out into the audience.
But then you take my hand, my heart starts to soar. Once more, key change, high anxiety. It's always the same. Anxiety, it's you that I blame.
Oh man.
It's very clear to me, I've got to give in. High anxiety. And remember, folks, be good to your parents. They've been good to you. You win.
Anxiety. That was hilarious. The part where I said he goes out in the audience in the movie, he goes and chats with the people. Hey, are you from Cincinnati? I'm from Cincinnati. Blah 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 blah. Just like a typical lounge singer. Obviously, on the soundtrack, they did not record that. He must have recorded that when they were filming. He just improvised that. Another song out of that was actually the song that was playing in the car when the guy had the accident. I don't know. It was a pretty rocking song. If You Love Me, Baby, Tell Me Loud. The obligatory guitar solo. Oop, there's a key change. You know, I don't know why that wasn't a top 10 hit. That had everything in it that a rock song needs. I don't know why that didn't go right to the top of the charts in 77. It should have. The next one comes from the producers, and I tell you what, getting this album in 77 or 78, it was like those teenage years. You know, those teenage years when they're your big influences are like Mad Magazine and all of these things that are just like ridiculous, right? And so here comes a song that, like, it's so wrong, but you just can't help and laugh at it.
Germany was having trouble, what a sad, sad story. Needed a new leader to restore its former glory. Where, oh, where was he? Where could that man be? We looked around and then we found the man for you and me. And now it's springtime for Hitler and Germany. Deutschland is happy and gay. We're marching to a faster pace. Look out, here comes the master race.
You can't say that.
Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Winter for Poland and France. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Come on, Germans, go into your dance.
I cannot. That is just insanity right there. Oh man. Speaking of insanity, this is the whole reason that we're doing this album, because I saw Blazing Saddles the other night, and at the end, the production number, The French Mistake, it's 32 seconds long. We're going to listen to all of it.
Throw out your hands, stick out your tush, hands on your hips, give 'em a push. You'll be surprised you're doing the French mistake. Voila! Come on, try it, move those feet along. 50 million Frenchmen can't be wrong. Whee! Throw out your hands, stick out your tush, hands on your hips, give 'em a push. You'll be surprised you're doing the French mistake. Voila!
So that was like, I had to do that. The French Mistake is just hilarious. There's a lot of dialogue in that movie that is not PC today, but it's Mel Brooks, so he got away with it in 1974, and he's what, 100 years old? It's okay. The other couple of pieces on this album that I absolutely adore, and I love it from the movie too, is from Young Frankenstein, and they include both obviously Puttin on the Ritz, but the main title for Young Frankenstein, and it's just a beautiful piece of music. This is all composed by John Morris, and you know, coming up with this stuff, it was just, you listen to it, it's beautiful, it's haunting, and it sets. If it wasn't a comedy, you would think it was setting the mood perfectly. Here's part of that. That haunting violin, so integral to the movie. Oh man, the music is just amazing in that movie. None more amazing known, of course, than at the end, where all of a sudden it takes just his left turn and the monster, all of a sudden now he can put on a show. It's putting on the Ritz. Let's just go as he's being introduced.
Damen und Herren, from what was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissues, may I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town. Hit it! If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes, or cutaway coat, perfect fits. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying mighty hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their mitts.
So yeah, when you're 12 or 13 years old and you hear this for the first time, it's just the most subversive thing ever. It jumped right out of the pages of Mad Magazine or Cracked or any of those. But yeah, this is Mel Brooks, High Anxiety. And it's interesting, in all the years that I've been out looking for records and I go to the thrift stores and the record stores, you don't see it a lot. And it's funny because when I got it in 78, it was a cutout. So you can see right here, right there, that it was cut out. So that is, it didn't sell. It was like they gave it to like another retailer. They made a cut so they couldn't bring it back. They couldn't sell it back to the record company or whatever, however that all worked. But you saw it all the time in the late 70s, early 80s in the bins. But now you don't see it all that often. And I've thought that you would. But maybe people are holding on to it because it's just a funny record. It's probably out there on YouTube to listen to. You probably can find it on Discogs for sale. I haven't looked it up, but Discogs has just about everything for sale in there. I don't think it's ever been put out on CD, which is a shame because it really is good music. Especially that Young Frankenstein main title. That is just beautiful. So there it is. Mel Brooks, High Anxiety, original music by John Morris. Hilarious. And I'm glad I ran across Blazing Saddles so I could listen to The French Mistake again and again for 32 seconds. It was great. All right, we'll see you next time on Gary's Record Collection.